Hello, or good evening, rather. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us, Fujii-san. Allow me to be seated. I think the lighting is really cool. This particular stage, I think it was about a fortnight ago that our collaboration was announced, and today, together with Z-kai and Wacom, digital and handwriting education, we hope to be engaging in active discussion on this. Thank you very much. I think it was last year at Connected in 2019. I still recall that Fujii-san was at the very front row when I was talking, and you were listening to my talk, and we committed to one another saying, let's work together next year. And so finally, it's been a year, yes, since then. And having this opportunity to come to stage at this wonderful event, I am very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you. Well, thank you for joining us. Over the past year, I think time flew. We talked about a lot of things, and time really flew. And it was a very smooth process of developing the project, and so it was a very good thing for us as well. Well, I think it was 2 weeks ago, in addition to our announcement, together with Fujii-san, and my philosophy and our vision for the future will be topics that I would like to talk about today. Thank you. We have a global network that we are distributing this, and I don't think there is anybody that does not know Z-kai Group, and people from the world over are also viewing this session. But I think you should introduce yourself briefly. So using these slides. So very briefly, allow me to introduce our company. The Z-kai Group outline is as follows. Our Z-kai Group was established in 1931, so we are to celebrate our 90th anniversary next year. And this is the online education and also English conversation classes that our pupils go to. And so last year, we received 337,000 students altogether. The number of classes held was 1,163 altogether throughout the country. So since our founding, our tradition has been we have a very proud track record of having our students pass the very prestigious universities like University of Tokyo 1,208 and University of Kyoto 961 last year. So thank you for that. So that's our outline. Some fun facts about our company. 90th anniversary next year. So 2021 is to be your 90th anniversary. So this year we are celebrating our 89th, and next year finally our 90th anniversary. Are you going to be holding some events? We hope so. I will be joining you for sure. So within our group, just in a nutshell, is a comprehensive education group. From infants to university students to working people, we target a broad range of age groups through the online education, as well as offering textbooks and different areas of education. And all 24 companies of our group are all engaged in education-related activities. So we are very much focused on education as a comprehensive all-round education group. So you are dedicated to the arena of education. That is wonderful. Yes, for the working people, as well as infants. At your head office, I saw when I visited your company that you held infant classes. My son also goes to those classes, in fact. Oh, I see. No wonder. No surprise that your children also go to those schools. Well, traditional people think about university exams, but we have a really broad range of clientele, from infants to working people to seniors. And so the journey of education is certainly your area of coverage, is it not? Yes, indeed. So amongst working people, professionals, even if working at offices or after retiring, this is lifelong education. Yes, certainly education is something that is done lifelong. Even out of school ages are targets to whom we offer learning opportunities. That is wonderful. Oh, 90th anniversary, that's very impressive. Wacom is about 37 years old. And so we are less than half the age of you. Very young. And so today, I think I look forward to talking about things like that as well. So bearing in mind the history that we have behind us, how education is to develop in the future might be another topic that I look forward to talking about with you today. But with the starting of the Z-kai business, how was it that you started? The transformation in the methodology to guidance and coaching. The 90 years of our history will be introduced to you very quickly. This is actually something dating back to 1930. My father actually founded the business, and how they engaged in the correction or coaching is shown here. Your grandfather? Yes, the address here is Tokyo, but in Shinjuku, in 1931, we established the company. So at that time, many, many years ago, I brought this out from the archive. And this is the guidance that in coaching that we offer, sincere coaching. And through feedback, we enhance learning amongst the pupils. And later on, I will be elaborating on the fact that we have been valuing our education policy. And this is from listening 100 times and actively engaging one time. So that is not just listening to classes, but working actively to think for yourselves and through trial and error learn. And it's only through that process that you can genuinely learn and acquire knowledge. And so that is the value that we have been valuing in our company for long. And so working actively and thinking about it yourselves and responding to questions on the exam sheet for you to receive feedback from the coaches to learn from the feedback as well. So that is the very origin of our spirit of education. And this is indeed the starting point of all of that history, is it not? Yes, that's wonderful. YF. This is Yutaka Fujii. So he was actually an English teacher in the past. But in actual fact, when they are school teachers, they offer guidance to the pupils right in front of them. But back in 1931, the University of Tokyo and Kyoto University are the university that the students aim to enter into. But in these metropolitan urban areas, there are a lot of areas in Japan that did not have these coaching capabilities.
In the 1930s, I think what my grandfather did was an innovation. By utilizing the mail, he was able to provide correspondence courses to the students nationwide, and it was a high-quality service. So I think he made a breakthrough through the correspondence courses. I think so. That is what our founder, my grandfather, did. There are no internet, emails. So through trial and error, your grandfather provided a new experience to the students who are living not only in the urban areas, but also to the non-urban areas. But regrettably, in the long years, we have identified some challenges. So in the new era, how we can overcome those challenges through digital technology is what we would like to think about. This is the guidance through provision of correction, which we provide through the mail system on paper. But our challenge is that there are millions of sheets being sent from the students to us. But within that paper, there is data from the students, but we were not able to capture that. because it's on paper. Even if we try to textualize it using OCR, cost-wise and accuracy-wise, we were not able to utilize that data. So even though we have big data in front of us, the data of our customers, we have not been able to capitalize on it, and we have not been able to efficiently utilize it. So we wanted to overcome it, and the first step was digitization. So in 2015, we started using iPad. So this was handwriting 1.5. It is not 2.0 yet. So it's semi-digitization actually. As of 2015, we have not gotten to the level of digitization because stylus, which we needed, did not exist yet. The education using iPad was something we thought would make a breakthrough. So through this digital tools, we provided various services, including the courses through video, as well as looking at materials on iPad. But there were challenges we could not overcome. This shows that challenge. The paper, which has the answer of the students on it, was photographed, and then the data was sent. And the reason why we did this is because we wanted the students to think and to write it in their own words. This is the area where we emphasize in the provision of education. The stylus pen was not accurate, and the students was not able to write the details. So we did not have Apple Pencil back then. So the students had to write it in big letters, and we were not able to have a high-quality output. So, for example, for the questions in which we provided the options of answers, they would be able to utilize this. But in order to have more detailed answer, we had to utilize the taking of the picture of the paper answer. So semi-digitization was what we had done in 2015. However, we did not realize the state we wanted. However, thankfully, we were able to partner with Wacom, and we were able to utilize wonderful technology of Wacom, which enabled us to go into a breakthrough, which enabled us to do handwriting 2.0. So you're able to add on 0.5 to the handwriting 1.5 that you had. Yes. Through collaboration with Wacom, we are finally able to have the ideal state. That is handwriting 2.0. Fujii-san, you have been saying that you learned that it's very important for the students to learn through trial and error. If it's a Scantron sheet, just selecting the answers from 1 through 4, students would not be able to learn. So Z-kai wanted to do more. And by going into handwriting 2.0, you would be able to do that in digital. That's correct. There are a lot of digital in the world, but utilization of digital had been in the area of businesses or acquisition of the knowledge. But digital can be utilized in creative areas, like collaboration or diversity. utilizing the digital technology, we want to go into that area. We had not been able to do that in the past, but now we can put our foot into that arena. So we will be working together with you. So this is the first time that I talk about this in public, so maybe there should be a drum roll. This is what we are going to launch at the end of November. This is the new service screen. It says complete digitization. The biggest characteristic is that it is full digital. We don't use paper. That is the biggest characteristic. Finally, yes, you have been able to move from 1.5 to 2.0. Yes.
いわゆる創業の先ほど見せていただいた創業者の
I think that through this complete digitization, you would be able to provide the high-quality service your founder was able to provide in digital. Yes, and we have been trying to provide the same value, the universal value, like the educational philosophy and guidance. But at the same time, we need to change some things according to the change in the times. So we would like to capitalize on this new technology and explore into the new way of education. So we would like to materialize this through this.
Thank you very much. So let me continue here. This is where our collaboration and alliance with Wacom comes into play. We are to leverage Wacom's technology stylus pen for direct input. This is actually quite epoch-making, very big transformation for us. Thank you very much. This we have struggled because talking with you here, once again, I am reminded about the hardship here. We have come up with various types of handwriting solutions, but with Z-kai, the writing touch and also the sensibility and the sensing of the writing experience is certainly manifestation of the sentiment of your founder about writing, and learning, and also the universal aspect that must not change, and then those areas that we should be evolving. And I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about this further. We are extremely uncompromising about the writing touch. I admit here that with this tablet team working on this development, what I requested was, as a benchmark, our competitors' service, Company A, Company B services were all tested, and that we would excel and be superior over them in terms of writing touch. And that was a requirement that I mandated to the development team. And so this was our goal. And for the first time, we developed this tablet device as well as the stylo pen in terms of resolution, in terms of accuracy, in terms of writing touch. We felt that with this development, we could with confidence make this available to our customers as iconic of Z-kai. And with this wonderful service, I think it is all thanks to the technological capabilities of Wacom that we have been able to realize this. I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to you. Well, thank you very much for that. At this stage, I don't need to apple polish you or anything of that sort, but I truly feel that with this project, with the various performances that we showed, the performances, the creation, that we cannot miss and make mistakes with any single stroke. thinking about that and what it means to write and learn, as I experienced this project, I thought that that would be an unchanging aspect and value of a creator, that one single stroke and each and every stroke that they instill their spirits. And I think it's the same for the students who are learning. And you showed me the red pen. Each stroke of the red pen instills the sentiment of the teacher trying to coach the student. Yes, that is a very valuable word for me. And taking this opportunity, let me just talk about some personal note. I personally, many years ago, was a user of Wacom products and Inkyofu, and I was also registered to Wacom Club as well. And it was during that time that I learned about EMR, AS, wonderful technology that Wacom had developed, and you were actually quite aspirational for me. And so having this opportunity to work together and develop something together, I was very much looking forward to, and I did not really hesitate to respond to your invitation to take part. And we are very grateful that we have been able to conclude this project in a very successful way. So as an educator, Fujii-san, and the uncompromising spirit of Z-kai, and your spirit that you instill in the single strokes of writing, and your personal spirit that is instilled in each and every stroke is all captured here, is it not? Yes, there are a lot of creators gathered here at this venue, and those individuals that instill their feelings in the stroke, as well as the students, our students, they have the same kind of ambition and sentiment, and that being materialized is only thanks to your technology. It is wonderful technology that we are able to offer to our clientele, and we're extremely excited. Yes, I really take your words to heart on that. And then, upon taking your words to heart, further moving ahead, I indulge myself in saying that if we are to create a 3.0, where are we to go? Well, this is the best ever education that we are to exploit the future. Together with you, together with Wacom, it will be a collaborative research and development for us to be able to together depict the future is something that I would like to briefly talk about at the end. So it will be in various forms that we can be excited about opportunities for collaboration in the future. But with new devices, with new stylo pens being developed, I think there's one thing that's for sure, that many customers we will be able to capture data from those many users, and we can create new value from that data that we collect. The utilization of data opens up the field to a breadth of opportunities. Just to give you an example, we are very active of intellectual thinking, and we express ourselves in writing, and that process is very important, that as I have been indicating, the tracks, yes. But until now, the paper-based exam sheets can only show the results. However, on this occasion, with your technology being leveraged, the paper and digital transformation can bring a great deal of difference from 1.5 to 2.0, and the major transformation that we can realize by developing to 3.0 is that the thoughts or even the breadth can be felt through the data that we capture from those users. In the case of paper, we only know the results. But when we shoot that on a camera, it's only an image of those results. It's still pictures. But it is in a new form of service that we can offer together with you, that on a real-time basis, the stroke data can be captured, and we can leverage that data. And so that we can capture the thoughts and sentiments of the customer, and even the individual breadths of the users that we can capture and leverage for future development. So the hardware pen of Wacom being sophisticated to its ultimate, but then also the context to be captured from the users with our technology. The trial and error that the students go through can be tracked. Is that what you're saying? Yes, indeed, that is it.
Utilizing real technology of Wacom, the biggest change was brought about in the area of capturing trial and error. There is adaptive learning, which is customized for each student. In the past, it was standardized education, but going forward, we are able to optimize for the individuals in terms of the learning. I think this is one of the biggest breakthroughs, and we will go a bit further. And we want to create another breakthrough. The data, which is the source of adaptive learning, is the data from selecting from the options of answers and right or wrong answers. However, if we are able to have the data of the essay questions and utilizing the will technology, we would be able to look into what is the context of the written answer. Through that, we would be able to provide optimal guidance to the students. Those are the kind of things that we have on mind. You would not be able to capture that through paper or picture. The tracking the students of how they have written, you would be able to provide better education. That's correct. I have talked about the 1930s correspondence courses, and my grandfather created a great innovation through the usage of mail. And from there, I think that we would be able to have yet another innovation. For example, connecting the students of correspondence courses wherever they are in Japan. We are able to overcome the geography. In the case of mail, we were not able to overcome the difference at the time because it would take longer to have the mail from various parts of Japan. But through technology, we can change that. We are able to overcome the wall of the space, but also we would be able to capitalize on many things real time. We can connect with various people nationwide. Maybe it's not just students in Japan, but also students in other parts of the world. And maybe through this, we can generate creative chaos. Maybe the students worldwide can be connected through the platform of Z-kai and collaborate with each other for the creation of something new. Those are the things that we have on mind. Wacom's Inc. can overcome space, time, and connect the contexts of people. So this is in line with the philosophy that Mr. Yutaka Fujii, your founder, had. So going beyond individual optimization and connecting many people and to create the synergy of learning, we would be able to create new ideas. I think that when we get to that age, that would be handwriting 3.0. So maybe we can go global. That's what I'm hoping for. Thank you so much. I can feel your passion. And we want to be able to accommodate your needs. And last but not least,
来年で
Fujii-san,
90周年。
next year you will be celebrating 90th anniversary.
90周年ということは10年後100
This
周年で
means
すね。
that 10 years from then, it would be 100th
10
year.
年後のコネクテッド
How
ハイク
would Z-kai look like in 10 years' time? What is connected ink in 10 years or 10 years? In 10 years, how would you be? So one thing that I can say is that 10 years from now or 20 years from now or 30 years from now, as long as humans stay human, they need to think for themselves and they need to express what they are thinking using their hands. And I don't think that would change in the area of education or in the area of art or in the area of architecture or design. Expression will be made through hand. I'm confident that the usage of hands will continue and it will stay important. And 10 years from now, I think technology will have developed even further. 10 years ago, there wasn't even smartphones. And I don't know what kind of evolution the technology will see in the coming decade, but I believe in the importance of handwriting, and also I believe in the possibility of technology. So 10 years from now, if there is something that can be derived from handwriting times technology, I think this would be embodied in an even better world. And I think that would connect people in Japan and also connect people around the world. By utilizing the power of technology, I think we would be able to provide a service which does not exist now. And I have high expectations for that dream. I can see that. I can see that future. The technology which would have evolved in 10 years. And what technology supports is the ability of people to write using their hands, which has been going on for thousands of years. So technology will support the human activities which had been going on. And I hope that we can talk about this in the future connected ink. And 3 years from now, you will be celebrating your 40th anniversary, and I'm hoping that we would be able to do something by creating a new service together. Fujii-san, thank you so much for coming, and I was able to renew my passion. So I can see the future that you have talked about. Yes, by participating in this, and I was impressed by the keynote speech that you have made, and I was stimulated by the passion everyone had on stage. And so I think that that energized me. So handwriting and the new digital technology, the combination of the two would make a very bright future. That makes us dream. Thank you very much. I hope to have your collaboration for the future. So let's create our ecosystem. So 3 years from now and 10 years from now, I hope that we are able to create a very good future together. So to show our promise, let's do this. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for your kind attention.